Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Trayvon Diggs, Darren Bland to play outside cornerback together for first time in 2024. What might be the most exciting thing for the Dallas Cowboys heading into the 2024 season is the return of superstar cornerback Trayvon Diggs. Diggs only played 2 games in the 2023 season after tearing his ACL in practice in Week 3. While the injury was a big blow for the Cowboys' defense, there was a silver lining. The injury forced second-year CB Darren Bland to move to the outside corner position, despite playing nickel in his rookie season. Bland showed great promise in his rookie season in 2022 for the team. Despite being a fifth-round pick, he led the team in interceptions, accumulating 5 despite only starting 8 games. While he had a great rookie season with the team, Bland took his game to a whole new level after moving to the outside. He had a league-high 9 interceptions, and broke the record for most interceptions returned for a touchdown in a single season with 5. With Diggs making his return from injury this season, it is hard to argue there is a better duo in the league at the cornerback position. Since 2021, Diggs leads the league in interceptions with 15, and Bland is right behind him with 14. While Diggs and Bland have played 10 games together, 2024 will mark the first time that the two will play across from each other on the outside, with Jordan Lewis or Kalen Carson likely playing at nickel. The Cowboys' defense will undoubtedly be a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks this season. Regardless of what side of the field the ball is thrown to, it will be thrown in the direction of arguably the best ballhawk in the league. To make it even more intimidating, Micah Parsons will be breathing down the quarterback's neck in the backfield. The Dallas Cowboys finally report to training camp this week, July 24th, in Oxnard, California. All of the guesstimating and speculation we've been forced to endure throughout the offseason will finally come to an end. One way or another, answers will be provided via the goings-on throughout training camp and preseason. While the hope is everything goes as planned in training camp/preseason, there's always those what-if situations that will linger in the back of everyone's minds until the dust finally settles. Because of those what-ifs, we decided to take another look at free agency to identify a few players the Cowboys may want to have on standby just in case. With Tyron Smith's exit via free agency to join the New York Jets this offseason, the Cowboys are now forced to figure out how to replace their longtime blindside protector. They drafted Tyler Guyton in the first round, 29th overall, but there are concerns he may not be ready to step in immediately as a rookie. And, unless the Cowboys are willing to move Tyler Smith back to LT, the other options on the roster leave much to be desired. While injuries have hit him pretty hard the last few seasons, David Bakhtiari might be somebody the Cowboys want to have on standby if they don't like what they see from the LT options they currently have on the roster in training camp/preseason. When healthy, he's still one of the better blindside protectors in the league, and if nothing else, could potentially fill in until Tyler Guyton is better acclimated to life in the NFL. NFL Insider provides update on Dak Prescott contract talks with the Dallas Cowboys. It's not yet known whether Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott will sign a contract extension ahead of their Week 1 game against the Cleveland Browns. We have heard mixed reports about Prescott's status throughout the entire offseason. The reigning NFL MVP runner-up is set to hit free agency after the 2024 campaign. Dallas does not have the ability to place the franchise tag on him, making things a bit more complicated. It was previously noted that the Cowboys were alright with Prescott playing out the remainder of his deal and testing free agency next spring. In fact, one report suggested that he could very well leave Dallas after acting as the face of the franchise over the past 8 seasons. We now have a bit more information on this courtesy of ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, Hat Tip Bleacher Report. While contract talks have not advanced a great deal this offseason, Dallas would like to extend Prescott before he ultimately hits free agency. There is also a market factor in play here. Here's a little bit of a wrinkle. You still have Tua Tagovailoa in Miami, who needs to get a deal done. You still have Jordan Love in Green Bay, who needs to get a deal done, Fowler reported. Dak Prescott has the most leverage of those three, so he very well could be waiting for those two to go first, and then he bats clean up with a huge deal that could be a market resetter. It had been noted multiple times in the past that Prescott is likely looking at north of $60 million annually on a new contract. That would make him the highest-paid NFL player in history. As Fowler suggested, Prescott has all of the leverage here. He boasts a no-trade clause. Dallas can't place the franchise tag on the star quarterback. The team pretty much needs to give in to what Prescott and his team is demanding in order to get this settled ahead of next March. The other issue here is rather obvious. Do the Cowboys have a better option than Prescott? Internally, that's obviously not the case. As for free agency or the trade block, there is not a single signal caller likely to be available that can provide what Prescott does for the Cowboys. Stephen A. Smith says Dak Prescott doesn't deserve big contract extension. There's rarely a major contract kerfuffle in major sports that Stephen A. Smith doesn't weigh in on. So it was no surprise when he gave his 2 cents on Monday regarding Dak Prescott and his ongoing contract talks, or lack thereof, with the Dallas Cowboys. Prescott is set to become a free agent next spring and is likely waiting for other big-name QBs in the league to sign contracts first so he can cash in big, as ESPN's Jeremy Fowler reported on SportsCenter on Sunday, via Bleacher Report. While Cowboys fans may think the veteran play-caller is worth the price tag, Smith thinks otherwise given how Prescott has performed in the playoffs over his career. "I'm just saying he doesn't deserve it," Smith said Monday on ESPN First Take. "I know we talk about the market, and I get that your value is what the market says it is. He doesn't deserve it because he doesn't show up in the postseason." Prescott, who turns 31 on July 29, has 2 wins in 7 playoff appearances since 2017 via StatMuse. He has a 64.5% completion percentage and a 14-7 TDINT ratio over that span, in which the Cowboys have not made it out of the divisional round of the playoffs. If you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, are you excited about retaining Dak Prescott? Smith asked. Smith's commentary follows reports by Calvin Watkins of the Dallas Morning News that the Cowboys are prioritizing contract extension talks with wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, who is also set to be a free agent in 2025. The Cowboys report to training camp on Wednesday, July 24. Their first preseason game is set for August 11 against the Rams in Los Angeles. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of Dak Prescott? Leave your opinion in the comments.